Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well on this Monday evening. Welcome back to another late night show, another 10 p.m. show. Well, slightly over 10 p.m., but only a couple minutes. I was watching the Forest game. They dropped more points. It's looking good. Crystal Palace, hats off to you guys. Making our lives a little bit easier. We need more of that, please. Although say that I think Forest's next fixture is up against Leicester, so I don't see them dropping points in that one, but you never know. Life can throw all sorts of different things at you. What I will say is that performance against Liverpool, I'm happy. I'm very happy after that. I don't know how you can't be happy, and I mean we can touch on some things that I've heard as well. I just some fans, I don't get it. I don't get it. How can you not be happy after beating Liverpool 3-1? Yeah, fair enough. Probably didn't need to shout at the team bus that we won 3-1. What's wrong with having a bit of fun? Is that a crime in the modern day? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Let me sit in the corner. Well done, Liverpool. Fuck off. No chance. They won the league. We give them the guard of honor, and then we gave them the exit that they deserve. 3-1, baby. Hold it. So listen, it's all fun and games. People take these things very seriously. If I was disrespecting the Pope, I think it would be a little bit different. I wasn't disrespecting the Pope. I was disrespecting Liverpool, an establishment that I hate. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you don't dislike Liverpool, I'd be very surprised. Would not take that back at all. Would not take that back. Big up to you, Stephen. I hope you're doing well, mate. Daniel, good to see you on the stream. Well-deserved Caicedo winning the Chelsea Player of the Season. What a player. Absolutely, mate. Well-deserved there. Big up to Jordan. Good to see Sydney in the chat as well. Amir, good to see you. Newcastle, here we come. Tom as well. Good to see you, buddy. Charlie mentioned my interview with Wyss in the Swedish football press today. What? Swedish football press? Have you got a link for that, Michael? I didn't even know that was in the Swedish press. Fair enough. And yes, I did celebrate. Absolutely. If you didn't celebrate, I don't understand. What kind of football fan are you if you don't celebrate? Like, you can understand the underlying issues at the club. Can I not smile when my team wins? Is that not the whole point? I don't know. We are back on a positive, absolutely. He said in the post interview that the team didn't play in the style he wanted them to, but it was working, so didn't change it. There you go. I don't know if that's a good thing. Basically, don't play how Maresca wants you to play and you'll win. Maresca masterclass. Jesus. Thanks for the kind comment. I appreciate that. Carefree Chloe, Chelsea, good to see you. Yeah, well, Mario is injured. So fantastic for us. Hudson-Odoi is not available. God, it's coming good so far. Although I still don't believe we get top 5 until we beat Newcastle. Newcastle is when I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Absolutely. Please do, Michael. Please do. Tagal. If you know, you know. Tagal Liverpool. If you don't know what we're meaning, look in the French dictionary and translate that. To be honest with you, I had a beer before the game, and I didn't want to. I've been on the 0%. I was at home. My cameraman Cam come and join me. He said, "Oh, go on, get this down, you mate." I went, "No. I've got my 0% in the fridge." I had 2 of them, one at the house, one in the car. So far, so good. Was getting to the game, and we all agreed that we have a spot that we park up in because it works really well for us. And then we were going to get the line bike down to a pub by Imperial Wharf. Imperial Wharf is the next station from Fulham Broadway. We got West Brompton, Fulham Broadway, Imperial Wharf is another local station. There was only one line bike. So I took it under my wing to cycle on my own to Imperial Wharf while my girlfriend and Cam got a taxi. I was offered to go in the taxi. I just wanted to go in the line bike because I think it's quite fun. I didn't know where this pub was though, so I've got my phone in my hand and I'm trying to read the directions while I'm cycling. And I'm going down this pedestrian walkway in this park by Imperial Wharf, and I hear this voice. It's like, "Hey, you!" While I'm cycling off, and I've looked at my phone. Obviously, I'm not looking properly. It's a non-cycling zone. I'm like, goodness. So I cycled off. Didn't know, obviously, it was a non-cycling zone. Got off, walked the rest of the way, and met everyone in the pub. And obviously, there was a beer waiting for me. Someone bought me a beer. I wasn't going to say no. It is what it is. I had a great time, if you didn't notice. And that's what football's about. It's about having a good time, people. It is about having a good time. Absolutely right. We need to beat Newcastle, Sean. Steve-O says, I keep telling you Maresca is not in control of the team. Well, based on that comment, I mean, I obviously haven't seen what he said, to be totally honest. But that's not a great interview to say after the game. The players didn't do what you wanted them to do. And it worked. So you didn't change it. Make that make sense. And people still think I'm not rattled when we win. I see those comments all the time. Alex is rattled with one. I'm chuffed. But I'm not going to kid myself into thinking that this gaffer is the next fucking Mourinho for Chelsea. He's not. But listen, I hope he does well. I really do. I hope he does it. I hope he achieves. I hope he shuts me up. And I hope I can sit there in the summer and Lewis laughs and go, well, we beat Pochettino's points tally by 6 points. We are levels above what we were last season. Our manager is amazing. Trust the process. Oh, I'm here for it. You say that. I mean, not necessarily true, if we're being totally honest. I don't think we're levels above what we were last season, but the points tally speaks for itself. Points are points, and there is a logical argument to say that Maresca is better in some respects. Absolutely. I am not Maresca in still. Let's just make that clear. But also, if the guy achieves his goals, I'm not going to sit here and say we need to sack the guy. But just because I don't necessarily think he needs to be sacked at a certain point in time doesn't mean that I like him. There's plenty of examples you could use in that example. Let's just say fucking, I don't know, some of you are married and you probably don't like your partner. You've been with them for 40 years. Why didn't you divorce them 5 years ago? You're still with them now. Some things just happen. It's don't really know how else to describe it. This is not a loving relationship, but it's a relationship that I can tolerate. I can tolerate it. I see him, I see what he does, I see what he says, I see the way he sets the team up, the changes. I don't love it. I've hated it at times, to be fair. I've hated it at times. That's what made me lose patience in the first place, but I hope he does it. I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. And respect to him for being honest. If there's one thing you will say, it's that he's a very honest man. And respect for that. Because honesty is the best policy. Sometimes maybe a little bit too honest. You want to keep your cards a little bit closer to your chest. But that's how it is. That's how it is. Now, there's something else that I want to go through straight away, actually, while I'm on here. Because it seems to be the elephant in the room at the moment regarding the channel. That is none other than the interview that I had outside Stamford Bridge with Hansjrg Wyss, who is the minority shareholder of Chelsea Football Club. He's 89 years old. He's Swedish, I think, and he's part of Bowley's consortium. You've got the two different consortiums. You've got Clear Lake, and then you've got Bowley's consortium. Hansjrg Wyss is part of that. You've got Jonathan Goldstein, you've got Mark Walter, and Todd Bowley as well, obviously. So, yeah, I was doing a fan cam, and honestly, the guy just stumbled across. So we had a little chat. He's Swiss. Sorry, apologies. We had a little chat, and yeah, I mean, let's react to. Let's see what we said, because I know a lot of other people have had their say on this, given their 2 cents. But let's watch it together.
In this team that need to feel what it's like to be one of the best, and we just haven't been that over the past couple of years. So the fact that we're getting closer and closer, Newcastle dropped points, Forest, I'm sure they dropped points the other week as well. Oh, it's cold. Listen, it's cold, people, but I'm Hansjrg Wyss, how are you doing? Are you okay? Can I ask what you thought about the game today? What did you think about the game today?
It was a fast, well-played game by both teams. Faster than normal.
Yeah.
The teams were in great shape, both of them.
What do you think stands out about Chelsea at the moment? What do you think we are good at?
I think we're now playing as a team, not as 11 individuals. And I think the coach really has brought a great spirit into the group. I just spent time with them in the locker room. And they all were talking to each other. They all were congratulating each other. And the coach gave a great motivational speech.
And just one more question for you, Hansjrg. What's your thoughts on Chelsea going into next season? There's a lot riding on Champions League football. And also the stadium as well. I mean, me personally, I think Earls Court is a good option. I don't know what your thoughts is on it, but a lot of fans want to stay at Stamford Bridge as well.
Earls Court would be the best option we can even think of. If it's going to happen, I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of obstacles. Right now, we don't have one person who drives that project. That's what we need. You know what I mean? The meetings, the directors' meetings, and so on.
Of course.
Not that we have one project where I said I'm going to make it happen. It's not going to happen.
I'm with you. Thanks for your time, Hansjrg. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you, buddy.
You.
Oh, there you go. I'll tell you what. You know what? That's respectable, isn't it? That you have an owner who's actually happy to go and speak to the fans. We didn't get that from Meg Barley the other week. It's not hard. And for those of you who are saying I need to shout at this guy, you know what? He's come over, he spoke to us. Now you actually know what one of the owners thinks about the team. So there you go.
And that's the point, isn't it? It's like, you can say that I should have said this, I should have said that. Oh, he could have said this, he could have done that. Well, every situation ever. And people want to nitpick this stuff. I asked the guy 3 questions, one of which was an introduction. What did you think of the game? And then I asked him what he thinks good at the moment around the club. And I asked him about the stadium. I feel like we actually gained something from that interview. But people want me to stand there and shout at him and verbally abuse him, which I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I appreciate. In fact, I've been one of the fucking loudest voices on the ownership and how poor they've been. This is. You're absolutely right. You're spot on. If I go and shout at these guys, they're never ever gonna say anything. Oh, Martin, what do you think the opposite? That was absolutely ridiculous. You asked no questions. All the stuff we've been talking about a week, you didn't mention anything. Pretty sure I mentioned the stadium, which is one of the most important situations around the club at the moment. Would you not agree? Do you not care about the future of Chelsea Stadium? So I appreciate that people want me to ask other questions, but quite frankly, everybody's got a fucking opinion. Nobody's doing it. You do it. You feel so strongly about it. You do it. You know, I'm hearing, I was at work and my mate sent me a link. He was like, Johnny's doing a video reacting to you. It's just, come on. Come on. 1 minute I'm part of the group. Everybody's like, oh, Alex, you're this pioneer for Chelsea fans. You're one of us. The next week I'm a brown envelope. What am I this week? What am I this week? You forgot to give me the envelope, Hansy. Didn't give me the envelope. I'll send my bank details. I mean, what a load of nonsense. Yes, absolutely. I can stick it on the guy. Do you have no social awareness? Do you not fucking have like any class? If it's Egg Barley, it's a little bit different. And I totally agree with that. Bowley, the same. Especially if they actually stopped. Hansjrg Wyss has never spoken with us before, never speaks publicly about the club. He's a minority shareholder with limited power. He's just a business partner at the end of the day. He's 89 years old as well. Nobody, like, people just don't have common sense. I think majority of people actually do. I don't want to sound, as if most people are saying, Alex, you ask good questions and we got interesting answers as well. And it was respectable. I'm not in the business of running up to fucking people like that and just shouting and swearing and all this nonsense. I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. I mean, listen, Jeff, I wouldn't go as far. I'm certainly not here giving them a pat on the back. I think they've done a pretty bad job, to be honest with you. It's coming together in a way, and there's an argument the next season we can have a great squad. There's an argument for that. They're not doing their best, though, for footballing reasons. That's my concern. I don't change my stance on that. My stance is the same. My stance hasn't changed. It's exactly the same. This ownership don't care about anything except money. But at least if you are going to be like that, have the decency to go and speak to fans anyway, because we know what you want. There's two sides to this. There's long-term investments and there's short-term. And that's the only difference between what we see on Bowley's side of the consortium and what we see with Egg Barley. Egg Barley, they want to sell this club as quickly as possible, make their money off your pop. That is private equity all over. And Bowley wants to hold on to this asset and milk it dry for 20, 30, 40 years. That's what he wants. And watch it build up in value and build up and take money out of the club. Content, all of that. I really can't take people seriously that, it's mostly from the Egg Barley side of things. Hansjrg Wyss, there's a genuine argument that maybe I could have asked him different questions. But it was heat of the moment, guys. I'm not sat there with a notebook. I did my best. And if you don't like it, apologies. Maybe someone that's, sitting at their desk talking about how bad everything is at Chelsea, maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe there's another fan channel that will do it. Try your luck. I think that I've done relatively well. Again, Martin, all the stuff that I've been crying on about talks about, be specific. I'm happy for you to say whatever you want to say, and I'll respond. Don't bother me. What have I said that isn't still true? Look, what have I said that isn't still true? Think you were respectful with the questions. He's not, but he's 89 years old, mate. He's almost 90. Ambition to make money. That's, I don't know if there's much more than that. Anyone to say the way you approached him wrong and knobs? You asked him a few simple questions and he answered without any hesitation. Maybe next time he'd open more if you asked. But that's the thing. Like, I'm not in the business of, I don't know. I don't know what people want from me. I don't know. Nothing's ever good enough. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anywho, so those people who didn't like the interview, I think that's actually a minority. Most fans that I'm hearing from had good things to say, and whether you had good things or bad things, it can't change what actually happens. So it is what it is, isn't it? You will die trying to please folk these days. Well, I haven't pleased you, so fucking hell. I'm having a really tough time. But yeah, I think that I've done all right with that interview. And could have asked a few different questions. It's very true. Could have asked what he thinks about the transfer policy. Could have asked what his aspirations are for the club. Could have asked why he got involved in Chelsea. Those are all things I could have asked, but at the time, they just didn't pop into my head. So there you go. How would it be if Arsenal lose to PSG? What if Arsenal don't finish in the Champions League? That'd be jokes. That'd be funny. Anyway, let's talk about the Liverpool game. Let's talk about the performance. Let's talk about some of the players. I've addressed the Hansjrg Wyss situation. If you don't like it, do you know what? Next time I interview an owner, just won't fucking upload it. How about that? Obviously, I'll upload it, but that's the point, isn't it? You can't make everyone happy, is what it is. I thought it was one of the best performances of the season. I thought it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I haven't watched Maresca's interview after the game. I can't believe that he said, according to one of the comments I read in here, that he told the players to play a certain way and they didn't do that, and it worked. So he didn't change it. Oh my God. Just don't listen to him at Newcastle then, please. Do not listen to the manager. Bloody hell. I was watching that game. I celebrated so hard when Nketiah scored that goal, only to realise it was offside. I'm a bit slow today, aren't I, guys? Right, let's go for it. The key stat to look at here, which shocks me, genuinely, I could not believe it, was the possession. Look at this. I mean, have you ever seen anything like this in your life? 35% possession in a Maresca team. That has to be the lowest that it's ever been in any game that Maresca's managed for Chelsea. I can't believe cannot believe that. I mean, when I was in the studio this morning, we were talking about it. I was like, oh, we probably had like 50% or something. And when I found out it was that little, I was extremely surprised. Extremely surprised. Jenks says, by Maresca's interview, let's hope the players take it into their own hands for the last three. Yeah. Liverpool played Maresca, Paul. Oh my goodness. It's mad. I'm interested to see what Maresca had to say, to be honest with you. I can't believe it. Honestly, I cannot believe it. Have anything on there? Yeah, honestly, I don't know where it is. I want to find the quote directly, but I don't know where it is. So if anyone can, tell me where to go, then I'll have a look. But yeah, I was extremely shocked by the possession. The lineup in itself, not shocked. What I expected, to be honest with you. I expected to see everything in there, except for Pedro Neto. I predicted that Jadon Sancho would start. But it seems like Neto was a good decision because he ended up getting the assist for the Fernandes goal, and that worked extremely well. I mean, that was fantastic. Do you know what it is? The fact that we were allowed, well, I say allowed, the fact that the players counterattacked in the way that they did and approached the game the way they did, it worked well for us. You do not have to have the ball all the time to win matches and to penetrate teams. You don't need that. You don't need it. So what we showed is that Chelsea can operate in a different style and be successful. Yes, Liverpool were hungover. Yes, they'd already won the league. Yes, it was the best time to play them. But also, we have been shocking in 2025. And to have the bounce back that we've had is a testament to the players' character and the manager's, character to an extent, because he is the one leading these players into the games. He's the one inserting a certain mentality into them. I wouldn't say it's a winning mentality because, well, we haven't won anything, and Maresca's not exactly a winner based on what I'm seeing. But it's a fighting spirit, and I felt like we always had a good fighting spirit last season. I believe that fighting spirit is still there. The players are fighting for this manager. I just think that sometimes what he does, that's what lets him down. I'm not the fact that the players aren't playing for him. I mean, yes, he's lost a couple. He's lost Nkunku, he's lost Felix, he's lost Vega. There are players who have become unsettled in this current Chelsea setup. But looking at what we have on the pitch at the moment, there are players as well who have improved and thrived. Caicedo fully deserves the Player of the Season award. I know he was nominated as the Players' Player of the Season. Fully deserves it. And I guess second in the running would be Cucurella. It's between those two, but Caicedo has gone to levels that I haven't seen in that midfield since Kante. Still not quite at that level, if we're being honest, because Kante's elite level was, I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. Defensively, at least. We'll never, ever see anything like that. I've never seen a player win so many 50-50s and duels and track back and tackle. There are definitely characteristics, though, that I look at with Moises Caicedo, and I can relate to Kante. First one being his ability to win balls in the air. I saw Caicedo win headers against Van Dijk consistently in that match and win 50-50 duels against players a lot bigger and taller than him. Nina said it after the game. She said, Tossin and Colwell, hang your head in shame, because that is how you jump for a header. Yeah, he was like a ninja. He was absolutely like a ninja. He reminds you of SEN too. Yeah. We need to see Caicedo scoring more goals, although he scored some bangers for us. He scored that volley against United away, and he scored against Tottenham as well. That was a volley, wasn't it? So he scored some good ones this year. He scored some good ones. When Caicedo scores, it's not as good as Kovacic, to be fair. I think Kovacic is probably a level above when he scored those goals. But still exceptional, isn't it? Absolutely exceptional. But what I will say is having Lavia in that side, you can see that he's El Rodri. Without Lavia, I wouldn't have felt as confident as I am feeling. I'm not feeling confident, but I feel much more confident than I would have felt without having Lavia in the team. I mean, he played 75 minutes, which is a good run out. I expected about 60. And the longer you have Lavia on that pitch, the more control you're in, the more you're able to dominate teams in that midfield and just recycle the ball quickly and get operate in those areas, those small pockets. He's press resistant. He gets past players. He releases the ball, and then he gives players the opportunity to actually have space to drive forward with the ball or find a pass that can be effective because he did his job so well and so quickly. To have that quality, not just the composure, but the quality to be able to operate at such a speed with virtually no mistakes in his game is an asset to anyone who wants to play the type of football that Maresca's playing. I know it wasn't possession-based yesterday, but with Lavia, we have a genuine chance of getting Champions League football, a genuine chance of winning all the games. Well, I just watched Crystal Palace get a point off of Nottingham Forest. They've got Murillo out. They've got Hudson-Odoi out. I don't think that there's any doubt that with him in the team, we're just in control. We look more stable, and we've got other players we've got a lot of Swiss Army knives in this team. Caicedo inverts so well. He's practically a midfielder anyway in that position. So having Caicedo in there doesn't bother me. It does not bother me whatsoever. I know people want to see Reece James, but he can't do what Caicedo does in that midfield because he's not a midfielder. So I can't really criticize him for that. The guy's not a midfielder. Yeah. It's one of them, isn't it? Okay. All right, I found it. Thanks for that, Tom. All good. All right. Let's share this. Is this what Maresca had to say after then?
In the last few weeks, but how impressed are you with your players in the last few weeks, actually? Because it looked a bit, maybe just from the outside, but it looked like it might be slipping away. 1-0 down at Fulham. You won that game. You won again last week, and you're beating the champions today.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed with the players since we start, to be honest, because it's not easy to since day one to try to play in different way, to try to be aggressive, go man to man, no matter what. They are doing very good now. From outside, I can understand that if we finish top 5, everyone is thinking that they have done fantastic. In case they are not doing that well, but for me, I'm impressed with all of them.
I know this is something you've been asked again and again, but do you think it is vitally important that you get top 5? I know you sort of said it's been a good season anyway, but maybe just with the recent history and the culture of this club, it's a club that wins So to finish outside the Champions League feels like it would be a bigger disappointment for you than it would be for some of the other clubs around you.
For sure, Chelsea has to fight for Champions League, and hopefully in the future we can fight for something more important. In this moment we are there, and hopefully we can finish there.
Where's the part about the players not doing what he wants? Tom, you give him... What is this? That's not what I was looking for. I mean, he didn't even say that much. That's not what I'm looking for, dude. I want the video of Maresca saying the players did not do so. The players saying the players didn't do what Maresca wanted them to do. How many points do I see us getting in the final 3 games, and will we get Champions League football? How many points? I see us. It's hard. I can't predict it. I cannot predict it. I honestly can't. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Sorry. I really don't have a clue. It wasn't a bad comment, but he said the players adapted well. It was in his post-match interview. 2 minutes, 2-5 in. 9 points go second. Oh, I mean, that'll be good. Yes, I will be going to Newcastle, guys. I will be going to Newcastle, absolutely. See if there's any quotes. Also, this is an updated Premier League points tally. We can see where we are in the league at the moment. Liverpool on 82, Arsenal 67, City on 64. Is that right? Is that right? Current Premier League standings. Oh, I thought we might have been four. Oh, maybe that is right. Yeah, fair enough. So that's according to Absolute Chelsea. We are in a Champions League position, 2 points ahead of Nottingham. Massive. Beat Newcastle. Oh, my days. I will believe. If we can beat Newcastle, I will believe. Sorry if I sound a bit tired, guys. I am. I'm extremely drained after. I worked today. It's a bank holiday. I worked. Didn't have to work. Chose to work, but I'm very tired. What else have we not spoken about, guys? What else have we not spoken about? Up the tune. Up the tune. We didn't plan the game to defend deep, but the players did this anyway. So he wasn't talking about what we did with the ball. He was talking about the way we defended. Am I right in saying that? That was the okay, I see. Play the same style against Newcastle and probably get a result up there. Always a tough game, though. At St. James's, you're absolutely right. It is a tough game. I mean, I can see us. I mean, off the top of my head, I'd have to say I think we lose. To beat Newcastle away, especially in the circumstance of the season, it's going to be a huge game, massive game. And then providing Forest are still in the race as well, we obviously need to fend them off on the final day. With regards to Van Dijk's red card incident, I honestly didn't see it, so can't comment on it. But I just look at everything and I thought it was great. I was happy with the midfield. I was happy with what the wingers were doing. I think Jackson certainly could have done a lot better. Disappointing in that regard. I was having a conversation with someone today, and they said to me, you know, if we don't get Victor Osimhen, we might as well keep Jackson. And I was thinking, what? Keep him and not play anyone else? Not buy anyone else? He's like, yeah. Keep him as our number 9. What? Have you not learnt? Have you not been watching what we've been seeing this season? Liam Delap. I would take Liam Delap. It's an upgrade. It's competition, genuine competition. Obviously, Osimhen's my number 1 target. Victor Gyökeres isn't in the conversation because he's not interested in us, although maybe that could change with Champions League football. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. That is where we are at the moment, where we need a striker who we can rely on in these big games. And I don't look at Jackson and think, you're going to win me this game against Liverpool. You're going to win me a Premier League title. That's not the way I look at Jackson. I think you can be part of a very successful Chelsea team. You can be a part of that, no doubt. But for people to sit here and say that he can be the catalyst for us to win a league title, I put a lot of hope on him this season. I did believe maybe if he hadn't have been injured, it could have been a little bit different. I believed he could probably get to about 20 goals. He's on about 13 or something. So he's quite a way off. But that being said, he is a confidence player, isn't he? He scored 2 goals against Ugarden. In all comps, he's doing okay. And Kunku's doing okay in all comps, but he's not helping us against Newcastle, that's for sure. So we're going to need a little bit more than that. We're going to need the players to step up in this key moment in Chelsea's modern history for Clearlake and Bowley. This is so important for us to establish ourselves as a club that has ambition. Forget whether we actually do anything when we're in the Champions League. Just that getting there will give us some pull, and we need it. If we're serious about bringing players to this club that can bring this football team to the next level, we need Champions League football. There's nothing you can do to compensate for not having Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Thursday nights is just a pain, an absolute pain in the backside. It's a pain. It's not fun watching the team on the Sunday. I mean, who wants to go out on a Thursday night? It's just annoying, isn't it? It's just annoying. So from a match going perspective, obviously, I want to go and watch Chelsea play better teams, go to some cool cities as well. Not that we haven't been able to do that with the Conference League. That's been fun. But just bring back some pride to the establishment. Bring back some pride to the fan base. Can we at least say that we play in the most elite competition of all time, even if we're not looking to win it, which I highly doubt based on the business model that Clearlake Capital are pursuing, which is buying and selling players on for a profit and putting players on low contracts so that if they are flipped, they can be easily passed on without having an issue regarding wages. But we'll see. We will see. What else is there? We'll go through some of the latest stuff as well. I know there's a few bits and bobs going around. João Felix is a potential Flamengo target. For those of you who don't know, Flamengo is a team that are based in Brazil. Flamengo interested in signing João Felix in time for the Club World Cup in a potential move that could see him come up against Chelsea in the tournament. Talks are exploratory. Chelsea would consider sanctioning a loan in the right terms. Also open to permanent offers. Ben Jacobs reported that. Presumably that was Give Me Sport. I'm going to have to get a subscription to that. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that João Felix is being linked with a team like Flamengo. It would surprise me massively if there was a permanent deal, because you have a player who, quite frankly, it just can't settle at any club he goes to. I think he has a real problem with his ego. He won't be going anywhere on a permanent deal. It will be a loan deal with an option to buy. That is as far as it's going to go. Maybe a £5 million fee. You might have to do that for 2 more years, £10 million in loans or something like that. £7 million. Let's just say 40 million over 2 years. And then maybe you'll be able to make a profit on him selling for 30 million or whatever it is, or break even. I just don't see it as, I don't see it as a deal which can be permanent. Venska Castrad Grande, God, that's not good pronunciation. They've also reported a similar thing. They've said that they've opened talks for Flamengo to sign João Felix on a loan deal with an option to buy. Benfica are also interested in the Portuguese international. So no surprises there. I expect something like that to happen. I expect João Felix to be happy with the move as well, because he wants game time. If you're going to Flamengo or Benfica and you're not getting game time, considering the clubs that you've played for Atletico Madrid, you've played for Barcelona, you've played for Chelsea, weren't good enough at any of those clubs. If you can't cut it at Benfica or Flamengo, then you just have some problems and you need to sort them out. That's an internal issue. So we'll see what happens then. But yeah, I don't have any issue with him going either of those destinations. Arsenal have joined the race, according to Raha Nachrichten, which is a German source by the sound of it. They've joined the race for Dortmund's winger Jamie Gittens and are currently leading Chelsea in the race. So if that's the case, that means that Arsenal have offered him a contract. We wanted to double his contract from about 2.5 million to 4 to 6 million. So presumably Arsenal were offering him more money or something, maybe a better transfer fee. I don't see why Jamie Gittens should be a priority for us. I really don't. I don't see why that particular player, that particular position as well, is a priority over a centre-back and over a striker. I think we need 2 centre-backs, and I think we need a striker, maybe even 2, especially if Mark Guiu is not at Chelsea next season. That's my opinion. Chelsea are expected to discuss rewarding Moises Caicedo, who the club regard as one of the best midfielders in the world, with a new contract this summer. This is according to the Telegraph. I am not subscribed to the Telegraph, but they will not let me read it. Okay. I thought I was going to get lucky there for a second. That's according to Matt Law. They're saying that he could receive approximately a 20% pay rise if he managed to seal a new deal on paper. 20% pay rise. What is Caicedo on at the moment? 150, 130? Okay. Let's have a look. He's on 150 grand apparently. 150k. 20% rise. That's a decent pay rise. What's that a year? So that would put him up to 200 grand a week. If it was, 200 grand a week. That's a good salary from a Clear Lake standpoint. Bloody hell, guys. Don't get ahead of yourself. He's one of the best midfielders around, though. So you would argue he deserves that contract and that pay rise. I hope we can seal it. I hope we can get him a long-term deal. I hope we can keep him at Chelsea. I'm a Maresca out after the Liverpool game. Well, I wouldn't shout off the rooftops Maresca out. I don't really see the point of doing that after winning a game in that fashion. But I'm certainly not Maresca in. I don't like Maresca. No. Big data, big fails. What data are we looking at right now? Are we looking at? Are we talking about Jamie Gittins? What are we talking about here, guys? Smash the like button as well, guys, if you haven't already. Does help. Doesn't cost anything. Appreciate all of the support as well. Big up to everyone. About 50 likes. Let's get up to 60 odd likes, 70 likes, whatever it is. Smash the like buttons. Appreciate that, Rain. Don't question the data. It's telling the directors Gittins is a prolific talent. Jeez, man. Talent, my ass. I've had enough of this talent. Give me ready-made. I don't want to spend any more time in the kitchen. I want a microwave meal. That's what I want. I want a meal that I could prepare in 5 minutes and eat. Cooked and ready-made. God, I'm fucking tired. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. I'm sorry. What else is out there? Wayne Rooney giving some compliments to Cucurella after the Liverpool game. He said, I was really impressed with Cucurella today. I really liked how aggressive he was against Mo Salah. He didn't really give Salah any joy today to get anything from the game. Really aggressive. As a fullback, you have to do this. And listen, Cucurella as well he's probably the other candidate, isn't he, for player of the season? But nobody can complain when you see that Moises Caicedo has won that award. I don't think anyone can look at Caicedo and not think that he doesn't deserve it. I mean, look at the guy. He's great. He's brilliant. Everything that you want from a midfielder, maybe you could exclude goals, but he offers everything. He wins his duels. He wins his 50-50s. He's creative. That's how it is, isn't it? One thing as well that, do you know what? I'll finish with the press conference as well because I'm so tired. I want to see what he had to say after the game because I know he had his Sky interview, but maybe he had something to say here as well.
Yes, sorry. Before we start, I would like to send my condolence to Paul, one of your colleagues that unfortunately this week passed away.
Jerry?
Yes, sorry. Before we start, I would like to send my condolence to Paul, one of your colleagues that unfortunately this week passed away. And in this moment, you realize that there are things that they are much more important than a football game. So my condolence to his family and the people around him.
Thanks for that, Enzo. Is that the old Cole Palmer that we got used to seeing, scoring goals, making goals, enjoying himself again?
Yeah, probably from outside. But we saw Cole day by day on the training ground. And he's exactly in the same way. Scoring goal, happy, enjoy the session. For sure, when he does not score goal, he's not happy, and the reason why is because probably he wants to help the team and the club to reach something important.
Matt?
Hi, Enzo. Romeo Lavia today got a standing ovation from the fans and was just come back from injury, but his level of performance was sensational. What did you think of him?
You can see that we are better team with Romeo. Unfortunately, he has been injured for most part of the season, and probably in this moment also the difference between us and more clubs is because unfortunately we had many important players for us that they have been injured. Romeo is one of them, no doubt that West Fofana is another one. We had Nico 2 months, but in terms of Romeo, he showed again today how important he is for the team and how good he is.
Before he got his injuries, you were only about 4 points behind Liverpool. If he'd have stayed fit, could you have kept up that pace?
I really think that Liverpool, they deserve to win the Premier. First of all, because they have been consistent. Second is because they had consistently the squad available, something that unfortunately the rest no. But today again, they show the reason why they won the Premier League. We didn't plan, I promise you, we didn't plan the game to defend it. We planned the game to high pressing in the way we always. But sometimes the other team is so good that you have to defend it, you have to adapt, and the player they deal with that very good.
Yes, please.
Enzo, congratulations. The last time we spoke, we talked about the journey you and the players are on. Massive win today. What will you and the players take from today and taking on to the final bit of the season?
And we go game by game. For sure, today's performance has been a good performance, especially for the effort of the players. But I think we had for sure some moment a little bit up and down for part of the season. But overall, I'm happy with in the way the player they are trying to do their job.
And what's Cole Palmer's reaction tonight? How is he?
He's happy for sure because he scored, because we won. But I didn't see Cole different from 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I said many times he scored 14 goals for us in 20 Premier League games. But unfortunately, didn't score many goals in the last part of the season. But now we have 3 more games. We have also on Thursday the second leg, and hopefully he can help us until the end.
Enzo,
we saw Robert Sanchez was fine and came back into the team, but how was Cristo? You said you had maybe an update on that.
Yeah, Cristo will be out for, I think, not sure if 1 week, 2 weeks, we're going to see, but he will be out for the next, 10 days, 15 days.
Simon?
Enzo, just getting back to Cole, how significant do you think the timing of him scoring and also just that performance in general with these 3 big league games coming up?
Very important. Probably 3 games ago, I said to you that if we want to reach Premier League, we need Nico and Cole goal. Nico scored against Everton, give us 3 points. Both they scored today, and if we want to be there and we want to finish top 5, we need Cole and Nico a goal. And hopefully they can score some more goals until the end.
And did you expect him to shoot from the touchline, by the way, when you watched that live?
Cole is that kind of player that he can do things that no one expects, because they are different players. So when he has the ball, I expect anything, because he can do anything.
Peter?
Hi, so just, the celebrations after the goal, you can see what it meant to all of Cole's teammates. How much of a lift is that for everyone else in the group? Do you think that can give the players, his teammates, belief as well?
Yeah. They are. My feeling is that it's already a long time that from when you work with the players every day, I have the feeling that they are all in the same page and they are all in the same direction with the way we want to play, but also in terms of create the right culture that I think is so important.
This was also, I think, the first time you fielded the same team in the Premier League for 6 months. How important is that, and do you feel like this is close to your strongest team?
I think we had some players on the bench that also they help us a lot this season. Reece James is one of them. Tosin is one of them. Jadon was one of them. And the rest, you see, we played the semi-final the other day. Keenan was very good. It's important if you want to fight for something that all of them, they go in one direction.
In the middle, please.
Enzo, celebrations at the end of the game were very loud. The coaching staff were very excited at the end of the game. You were on the pitch as well. How much of a momentum does a result like this against the champions give Chelsea for these remaining 3 fixtures? Because 2 of them are pretty tough: Newcastle away and Forest away. Also looking for Champions League spots.
Yeah, and United at home. They're going to be all tough. But now you have to go game by game. And the reason why the staff, the coaching staff, the players, at the end, they were so happy, even the fans, is because at this stage of the season, you need to win games. That for sure. Probably today environment for me was the best environment of this season with the fans. This is what we need every game. Fantastic. It's so good. And yeah.
We'll do 2 more in the middle here, and then Martin.
Hi, Enzo. I have a question. What's the advantage at this stage of the season? The teams that are chasing or the chased ones in terms of pressure and everything else?
That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest. No, it's difficult, yeah, because if you are there, the ones in behind, they want to chase you. If you are chasing, I don't know. The only thing I would like is to finish top 5 at the end of the season.
Martin, to finish off.
You had that situation at Leicester at the end of last season when it was quite touch and go, but you found a way. Is there anything from that experience that you will bring into the way you manage the players and try and keep them calm over these next 3 weeks? Because it can be twitchy and edgy, and you've got to make sure the players are in the right frame of mind. So with the lessons that you might have learned about keeping yourself.
Now, for sure, last year's experience has been great in that sense, and you can learn things. In my personal opinion, when you don't win game and you struggle with the results, you have always to analyze the game. And for sure, we didn't win some games where we were not good enough, but also I think we didn't win games where the team was good and deserved to win. So it's game by game, analyze the game, and see how we can improve.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. That's what Maresca had to say. Why was I watching Maresca? Because I just run out of things to talk about, to be honest with you, Steve. And I'm very tired. And I was going to do the hour no matter what, because that's how long the shows are. So I wasn't going to wrap it up early. I mean, we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does against Newcastle. We'll see how the team responds. We'll see. We will see. Big up to everyone that's watching. Appreciate your time. I apologize because I've been a bit tired on this one. But I'm doing the best I can. I hope that you feel the way that I feel about the Wyss interview. I think that interview has some value. I think that that's something that actually gives a little bit of information to the fan base regarding just where he feels as an owner Chelsea are at and the stadium plans as well, which we would have never known if we hadn't have asked those questions. Yes, I could have asked different ones. I appreciate that. I accept that. Yeah, I didn't do it. So it is what it is. Anyway, big up to everyone. Really appreciate your time, guys. And we will catch you up very, very soon. All the best and enjoy the rest of your